Tonight, Interior CS asks residents in banditry-riddled areas to vacate as the operation to flush out bandits intensifies.
We are going to flush out every bandit, every criminal from every gorge, every forest, every cave, every ravine, every escarpment, so long as it is within the soil of this country.
This as a section of residents say they have nowhere to go.
Wale watoto wadogo ambao wanaishi na kuamuru. Unataka kuniambia hawa watoto wadogo na wamama, very innocent people. Where will they go?
Also tonight, Kenya Kwanza administration insists that it will not be arm-twisted to get into handshake with Azimio Brigade.
Na ujue hata ukipiga kelele mambo ya handshake hakuna.
This as Azimio Brigade insists that mass action will intensify.
Tunaanza sasa. Wakenya utafanya maandamano. Nataka hapa Mombasa maandamano fanyike.
Plus, person of interest in the death of 23-year-old Jeff Mwathi speaks out saying he had nothing to do with it.
I am the one who actually went with them to the police station to report that Jeff is missing.
Good evening, welcome to TV47 Weekend on this 12th day of March 2023. Catherine Simoloi is on the sign language interpretation. I'm yours truly, Stanley Mirungete. Connelly's talk to us on our socials below your screens. Now, the directive by Interior Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki for residents to vacate areas perceived as bandit hideouts is already causing mixed reactions, with many residents saying they have nowhere to go. Residents living in some parts of the North Rift region described as scenes of crime and believed to be bandits' hideout have until Monday to vacate, following an order by Interior Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki. Now, those found in the said areas after the deadline will be treated as bandits. Mwege William with more on this.
With the ongoing joint police and KDF operation yielding little results, if any, the Ministry of Interior had decided to overhaul the operation, focusing on taking the battle to the bandits' doorstep. Despite a heavy security deployment in the banditry-riddled counties along the Kerio Valley, the bandits have continued terrorizing residents, leaving death, destruction and theft in their wake. Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki, while touring Samburu County, noted security agencies have been gathering intelligence and have come up with the areas they believe act as hideouts for the bandits, and ordered residents to vacate the said areas within 24 hours. The areas include hills and valleys in more than 20 places, which are spread out in Baringo, Laikipia, Samburu and Turkana counties. Anyone found at the said areas after the deadline will be considered a bandit.
These criminals have invited members of the public to go and live with them there. We suspect they could be family members. We suspect they could be relatives. We don't know who they are. But we have evidence of women and children who are living with the criminals in the gorges and the escarpments. According to Kindiki, the said areas are also home to dangerously armed criminals, a scenario that could have made it difficult to take on the bandits without human casualties. The bandits, he says, are holed up in difficult terrain, remote and inaccessible areas at the bottom of the gorges, escarpments, caves, ravines, hills and forests. And we cannot be in a democratic country, a modern country like Kenya, and yet have criminals taunting security officers, attacking even security officers. If this thing is left to continue, it will get out of hand and it will hurt our country. His counterpart in the Ministry of Defense, Aden Duale, reiterated the government will not relent in dealing with banditry in the 6 counties described as disturbed and dangerous.
We will invest in the best of our special teams to deal with banditry and to deal with terrorism.
We are going to flush out every bandit, every criminal from every gorge, every forest, every cave, every ravine, every escarpment, so long as it is within the soil of this country. The directive has, however, rubbed area residents the wrong way, who say they have nowhere to go.
Wale watoto wadogo ambao wanaishi na kuamuru. Unataka kuniambia mimi hawa watoto wadogo na wamama, very innocent people. Where will they go?
Lakini sasa wakati unaambia watu toka na hakuna chakula yoyote umewaandalia, hakuna mahali popote umewaandalia mahali pa kwenda kulala. Kaa ukijua wale watu wanahitaji malazi, kaa ukijua hao watu wanahitaji kukula na kunywa na kuvaa.
Sasa sisi kutoka na Peimoru tukuje nini Katilu. Next tutaambiwa kutoka Katilu tukuje Lokcher. Alafu kutoka Lokcher kuja hapa. Sasa tutaenda wapi?
The Ministry of Interior in a statement has revealed that in the last 7 months, over 135 innocent Kenyans, including 20 security officers, had been killed. During the same period, dozens of schools have been closed, thousands of families displaced, and public amenities and infrastructure destroyed by these criminal gangs. Mwegi William, TV47.
And just hours after Interior Cabinet Secretary Professor Kithure Kindiki ordered residents living in 27 bandit-prone regions to vacate, one person has been shot dead and many more injured after suspected bandits attacked Lower Sambirir in Marakwet East mid-morning today before driving away with over 60 herds of cattle. Elsewhere, 6 people have been admitted in Lodwar Hospital after being attacked by bandits.
The directive by Interior Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki for residents in bandit-prone areas to vacate seems to have not been taken seriously as bandits continue to attack residents in the prone regions. Just this morning, in Lower Sambirir, Marakwet East, one person has been shot dead after an attack by bandits, leaving a National Police Reservist nursing gunshot wounds before diving away with 60 herds of cattle. The victim, identified as Elisha Mutanga, a freshly animal health graduate, was shot on the thigh but succumbed to gunshot wounds as he was being attended to in hospital, whereas David Murkomen, who is a National Police Reservist, is being treated at the Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital in Eldoret after he sustained gunshots in the leg.
Leo tumepoteza ng'ombe kadhaa zaidi ya 100 kwa sababu ya bandit. Na tunaambiwa operation is on.
The case is not different in Lodwar, where 6 people are nursing serious injuries and have been admitted at the Lodwar Referral Hospital after being attacked and shot yesterday by suspected bandits believed to be from the neighboring West Pokot County in Longoron area in South Turkana. According to the casualties, they were attacked by bandits around 11 in the morning when they were taking their livestock for grazing, where one of them was shot dead, leaving them with serious injuries.
Ndio sasa vile mimi niliona sasa nikakimbia. Kati sasa ngana kukimbia nikasikia sasa marisasi ikilia. Nikasikia mkono ya kishoto sasa ikienda mbele hivi. Si ameniua.
The deputy director of the Lodwar Referral Hospital, Kidalio Ekiru, says the injured suffered serious injuries and are currently receiving treatment, while one is expected to be sent to the Eldoret Referral Hospital for further investigations.
We still have 2 others, one with a fracture left upper arm. He's on a back slab. We hope to keep him in the ward for another 2 or 3 days and then discharge him back home. The other guy had also gunshot wounds on the left upper arm. He had soft tissue injuries, which we did surgical toilet yesterday. He's doing well. He's on antibiotics, analgesics, and then daily dressing of the wound.
Norbert Oduor, TV47.
All right, let's get into some matters of politics. And Azimio leaders led by Raila Odinga on Sunday attended a church service at Tononoka Shalom Miracle Church in Mombasa County ahead of a protest rally at Caltex grounds in Likoni, meant to push the government to address key issues, among others, the lowering cost of high living. Chichi Josephine tells us more.
The leaders led by Azimio leader Raila Odinga held a rally at Caltex ground in Likoni after the church service at Tononoka Shalom Miracle Church in Mombasa County, where Odinga insisted that they will continue with their call for mass action across the country.
Tumesema sasa hii kipindi ya pili, awamu ya pili sasa, yale inaanza sasa. Wakenya utafanya maandamano. Nataka hapa Mombasa maandamano ifanyike kila mahali, na maandamano ya amani. Sisi hatutaki kuharibu mali ya mtu yoyote.
Martha Karua, who was among the leaders accompanying Odinga, said it is the responsibility of every Kenyan to fight for their right to live decent lives, sentiments echoed by Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka.
Ende tukaulize haki yetu. Na mimi nataka kila mtu anielewe. Hii si vita ya kiongozi wetu Raila Amolo Odinga. Hii si vita ya Azimio. Hii ni vita ya kila mwananchi.
Ate wamefix uchumi. They have fixed the economy of Kenya. Wamefix kwa akili yao ama ni kusaidia wananchi? Ndio nasema watu lazima jamii hawaelewi, wamechanganyikiwa. Kwa hivyo Wakenya watafanya maandamano.
Mombasa Governor Abdul Swamad Sharif Nasser said that the government should focus on the cartels involved in selling of drugs in the region.
Hapa Mombasa tuna tatizo la madawa ya kulevya. We are now demanding you muende mkawashike wale wenye kufanya hii kazi ya madawa ya kulevya katika mji huu.
The ongoing nationwide mass action came after President William Ruto gave Odinga a wide berth after he issued him a 14-day ultimatum to address the issue of high cost of living, among others. Leaders accompanying Raila were NARC leader Martha Karua, Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka, Jubilee Secretary General Jeremiah Kioni, Embakasi East Member of Parliament Babu Owino, among other leaders.
Tuko na mjumbe anaitwa Fatuma Masito.
The Azimio Brigade will take their anti-government campaign to Mtwapa, Kilifi County on Monday.
Bana amuite.
Chichi Josephine, TV47.
And days after Azimio One Kenya leader Raila Odinga issued a directive to his supporters concerning the start of mass action, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has urged President William Ruto not to fall into the trap of overtures. At the same time, Ruto has rubbished claims of unfair selection of IEBC panel.
President William Ruto has told off Azimio leader Raila Odinga for claiming that there was unfair selection of IEBC panel, saying that the law on the constitution of IEBC will not be bent to suit his demands. Defending his actions, Ruto said the constitution was clear on the process to be used in the formation of the Electoral Commission, which he said he has fully adhered to it. On March 9th, Odinga declared the start of countrywide mass action as part of putting pressure on President William Ruto to yield to their demands on the cost of living, IEBC selection panel, among other reasons.
Wale watu wote ambao wamechaguliwa katika hiyo kamati ambayo itachagua IEBC ilichaguliwa kulingana na sheria na katiba ya Kenya. Wale wananiambia niwache kufuata sheria na niwache kufuata katiba, ati nifuate mambo yao ya binafsi ile wanataka ambayo haiko katika sheria, jameni, hiyo sitafanya. I'm sorry.
Meanwhile, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has maintained his hardline stance, saying Azimio leader Raila Odinga should not expect a slice in the Kenya Kwanza administration. Gachagua also pleaded with the President William Ruto not to accept any negotiation with the opposition leaders, saying that Raila did not take part in forming the government and should not be given any seat despite the alleged arm twisting.
Wakati tulikuwa tunasema huyu mtu ni mtu ya kitendawili, mtu ya kung'oa reli, mtu ya maandamano. Sasa si hapo. Kwani tulikuwa tunasema uongo? Si hapo kwa maandamano sahihi.
Wewe mzee ya maandamano, piga kelele kutoka asubuhi mpaka jioni. Na ujue hata ukipiga kelele mambo ya handshake hakuna.
Mambo ambayo ni ya kurudi nyuma, akawasumbua marais waliopita, mpaka sasa bado yuko katika ile taratibu ya kujaribu kuleta maandamano ambayo hayana msingi na hayana mwelekeo.
So when you say tufanye boycott, unataka kuambia sisi kwamba hao wa Kenya ambao unaongoza hawataki kazi, wasilipe kodi na wasifanye vitu vingine mingi ambayo inaletwa into industry so that you can be able to get nusu mkate. Your Excellency, we are behind you and we know you very well.
And former Meru Governor Kiraitu Murungi has reiterated his support towards President William Ruto, delinking his support from the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition.
Mimi 100% niko nyuma ya President William Ruto.
Flora Limukit, TV47.
Among National Congress leaders from Western region have slammed the UDA Party Secretary General Cleophas Malala over his effort to fold Kenya Kwanza affiliate parties and join UDA Party, terming it as returning the country to one-party system. Speaking after the meeting, which was held today in Bungoma town, the leaders have urged President William Ruto to intervene and stop the process, stating that the process will make Kenya Kwanza government to fall.
Few days after former Kakamega Senator Cleophas Malala was installed as the Secretary General of UDA Party, sparks of rebellion have begun cropping up within the Kenya Kwanza circles over the plot to create one political party. ANC! Today, ANC Western Region leaders speaking after meeting in Bungoma town slammed Malala over his calls of folding Kenya Kwanza parties and join UDA, saying that they are steady and ready to fight for the country's democracy.
Chama chetu cha ANC kiko imara na hivi karibuni tunaenda kuroll out recruitment drive ya wanachama wangoje kupitia katika ofisi zetu za branch na ofisi zetu za sub branches.
Tumempea platform ndio UDA imemuona. We want to tell him and caution him that we are not folding ANC now, we will not fold ANC in the future, and we have never thought of folding ANC.
ANC imeuzwa. Hakuna kitu kama hiyo. Sisi wa mama tumekataa. Wa mama tumekataa.
Tulitaka tusaidiane na tupate hiki kitu, tupate uongozi wa serikali ya Kenya. Sio vyema mkiona mwenzaka amekuja kusaidia kazi na mmewin, mnataka sasa kumdhalalisha na kumharibu na kumvunja.
The leaders have called upon President William Ruto to intervene and stop condoning such behavior that they may risk the performance of the government.
Ukikubali na kuruhusu njia za mkato, njia za kupotosha wengine, njia za kukatana miguu katika hii serikali itaanguka. And Kenyans have options because we have 45 million Kenyans who can be president.
Behind the change in ANC party leadership, they insist there is a court ruling that allows public servants to engage in politics, daring leaders who are threatening Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi of not engaging in politics.
Musalia Mudavadi must not be gagged because he is serving government. He has his right. He has his own right to belong to a political party, na sisi kama wafuasi wake pia tuna haki.
Gakuru asijaribu kukudanganya tinyesiji wa chama. Tuko na mama mmoja anaitwa Beatrice Adagala.
Tunaenda kuwa hapo ndani ya serikali kwa miaka 20 ijayo, kwa sababu tunajua kwamba baada ya Mheshimiwa Ruto kumaliza, yule atakayekuwa rais wa kufuata atakuwa Mheshimiwa Wycliffe Musalia Mudavadi.
They have however condemned Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition leader Raila Odinga on the ongoing demonstration in the country, urging Western residents to ignore his calls.
He has another extra job, an alternative job, and we know it. We know you're on the NGO's payroll. Anytime there are protests, relief and unrest in Kenya and clashes, you're a very happy man.
Tumesikia wito wa Mheshimiwa Raila kwamba watu wasikule mayai, lakini sisi tutakula hiyo mayai sana.
Wanji Sostin, TV47, Bungoma.
Well, let's pause politics for a bit and get into matters security. Lawrence Njuguna, alias DJ Fatso, who is a person of interest in the mysterious death of 23-year-old Jeff Ngugi Mwathi, has distanced himself from the tragic event, saying that there's no way he could have done it, as he was the first to report Mwathi as missing. However, according to the officer in charge of the Directorate of Criminal Investigations, DCIO in Kasarani, Jimmy Kimaru, the incident was first reported by the security firm manning the building where DJ Fatso lives.
As detectives pieced together what transpired at dawn on the 22nd of February at the Redwood Apartments in Kasarani, Lawrence Njuguna, the person of interest in the death of interior designer Jeff Mwathi, has broken his silence, saying he has nothing to do with the tragic turn of events.
Later, coming back after a few hours, finding that Jeff is not in the house and the others are there, I am the one who actually went with them to the police station to report that Jeff is missing.
Speaking to the press in Nairobi, Njuguna has further stated that he has tried to reach out to the family of the late with no avail.
I've known Jeff for 2 years. He was selling shoes to me, and I've bought like so many pairs of shoes. from Jeff since 2021. And then all I can say is that he could tell me once I used to go to his shop, the way you see these interiors, it's me who've made this.
The legal team representing DJ Fatso, led by senior counsel Ndegonjiru, has noted that they will cooperate with the DCI detectives to seek justice for the 23-year-old.
From there, he has been cooperating. We have visited the police stations severally. We have given all the accounts of what we know or he knows about the incidents. And the matter is under active investigations.
Friday, DCI detectives visited this 12-story residential apartments building where 23-year-old Mwathi is said to have met his death on the 22nd of February this year. Mwathi is said to have fallen from a house at the 10th floor rented by DJ Fatso. Detectives reconstructed the scene, though it remains unclear where Mwathi fell from, with CCTV cameras only capturing the point of impact. It is reported that DJ Fatso had contracted Mwathi for an interior design job that was supposed to begin in the morning after the night of merrymaking.
Meanwhile, 2 suspected robbers were shot dead this morning at Kinyona Forest in Kigumo area, Murang'a County, following a fierce shootout between the police and the 6-member gang. According to Central Region Police Commander Lydia Ligame, the thugs allegedly robbed United Sacco Saturday morning, making away with a known amount of cash and a G3 rifle from one of the officers manning the premises. The police recovered 2 AK-47 rifles and a bag containing 1.13 million shillings from the criminals.
The cat and mouse chase between the police and the 4-member gang began on Saturday morning after detectives from the Crime Research and Intelligence Bureau at DCI got a tip-off on the whereabouts of the criminals.
We intensified our operation since yesterday with over 100 officers in the operation. And we've combed the forest where allegedly the 4 gang men entered. And with the help of the members of the public, we did it the whole of yesterday and the whole of last night. And we were lucky this morning to come across the hiding place where the 4 were.
According to Central Region Police Commander Lydia Ligame, 2 suspected robbers were shot dead after the armed gangsters engaged the police in a fierce shootout at Kinyona Forest in Kigumo area, Murang'a County.
There was an exchange of fire between the police and them. 2 were fatally injured. 2 managed to escape, but we were lucky to recover the 2 rifles. The AK-47 with 14 rounds out of the 30 that was stolen. Here it is. And we also recovered the G3 with 8 rounds out of the 20 that was stolen.
The police commander further says the thugs allegedly robbed United Sacco Saturday morning, making away with an unknown amount of cash and a G3 rifle from one of the officers manning the premises.
We've had 2 robberies in Kigumo within a span of 2 weeks. One along Kigumo Road, where an AK-47 was stolen with 30 rounds. We had another robbery on 11th, which was yesterday, March, where Unitas Bank in Mununga Trading Center in Kigumo was robbed, and an G3 with 20 rounds was also stolen, and allegedly around 4M was also stolen from the bank.
The police recovered 2 AK-47 rifles and a bag containing 1.13 million shillings from the armed robbers. The bodies of the deceased robbers were taken to Murang'a Level 5 Hospital mortuary as a manhunt for the rest of the suspects continues. Zainab Mohammed, T47.
First Choice Recruitment and Consultancy Agency in Uasin Gishu County has been on the spot for allegations of swindling the clients' money who are looking for employment opportunities abroad. Officials of the agency refuted the claims, saying their competitors were out to tarnish their name.
It is a prayer organized specifically to pray for young men and women who have landed opportunities to work abroad through First Choice Recruitment Agency in Uasin Gishu County.
Safari haijakuwa rahisi. Imekuwa safari ngumu sana kwa sababu mimi nili apply, it was last year. So nimemaliza 1 year. sisi ni apply.
Mtoto anasafiri kwenda nchi za Poland na yuko watoto wangu wawili huko Qatar, wanamaliza sasa mwaka wa pili na wanaendelea mzuri, wako sawa kabisa. Ngawa hata saa hii tulingojea kwa muda kweli, lakini yani lazima usubiri. Unajua haraka si mzuri.
So that's why today we are having prayers for these people who are traveling out of the country. At the same time, to emphasize on the need of them to go and work and save. Because, you know, at the end of the day, we send them to go and work, yet we don't give them the training on how to save.
But this is not the first time for First Choice to be among news items. The agency was on the spot in 2022 after it was accused of swindling money from people who were hopeful to get short-term contracts for the World Cup. Allegation the officials denied.
These were the candidates who were going for the the short-term program, but now they are benefiting for the 2-year program. Therefore, those are allegations. Saying 8,000 people, I don't think that's true.
Of the hundreds of people recruited to travel to Qatar and Poland for work, the first group is expected to leave on Tuesday.
Well, thank you, Sharon Baranga, for that. Now let's get a recap of the joint media interview with the second in command. And Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has defended the directive by the Cabinet Secretary for Interior, Professor Kithure Kindiki, who ordered civilians to vacate areas believed to be bandit hideouts as of Monday. Rigathi revealed intelligence reports from security agencies indicated that bandits are using women and children as human shield as government intensifies its operation in 6 counties of the North Rift region. The joint operation by KDF and National Police Service enters its 4th week.
What has happened is that these bandits in Suguta Valley and other gorges are using women and children as a human shield so that they can stop the security officers from carrying out their work. An order has been given, all those areas where the bandits are, for people to leave, the women and the children. And they have been given a deadline. Those who don't leave, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. They have to leave. These bandits cannot hold the government at ransom anymore. Thank you. We are tired. This matter must be sorted out once and for all. And we are not going to allow criminals and bandits to use women and children as human shield. An ultimatum has been given. We are going to send people with planes and megaphones and ask the women and the children to leave and leave us to face with the bandits. We are willing to have an engagement with them one-to-one. Thank you. If the bandits want to leave too, they can leave. Okay. But we are asking the bandits to ask their women and children to leave those areas. Thank you. And then we can have one-to-one engagement. But this government is a government that will sort out that nonsense once and for all.
And obviously the Deputy President has also talked about matters press freedom and also the cost of unga, and we'll be telling you more about that after this short break.
Sona moja imetengenezwa kwa njia spesheli ili kupambana na maumivu kwa haraka. Sona moja ina aspirin kama kiungo. Sona moja, kitulizo kamili. Maumivu yakizidi, pata ushauri wa daktari.
Mount Kenya University takes pride in being an academic giant with some of the best infrastructure, imparting knowledge to the best brains in the country and the region. Our members of faculty are keen to deliver market-driven programs in science and humanities with a keen focus on linkages with relevant organizations. Join us today and train with the best to become the best. Mount Kenya University, unlocking infinite possibilities. With GoTV bringing you the best international football. Time to get it. The hottest WWE superstars. Are you surprised? And brand new episodes of your favorite local and international series. You don't want to miss a mega March.
Acknowledge me. Refresh, no stress, get more. Yes.
So stay or get connected and get amazing entertainment all March long. Yeah. With GoTV.
January intake is ongoing. Kandy College of Beauty and Applied Sciences is the cutting-edge college. Welcome to Nyali Golf View Residence, where a luxurious accommodation is inspired by the Indian Ocean. This exclusive residential community offers the ultimate in coastal living along Links Road, Nyali, near Mamba Roundabout. With breathtaking views of the golf course, ocean and landscaped gardens, every moment spent in your home is an experience of tranquility, comfort and luxury. Every detail of your spacious, fully furnished apartment has been designed with your comfort and style in mind, with open-plan living spaces, high ceilings, and elegant finishes that exude sophistication and relaxation. Experience resort-style living with a wide range of amenities, including a state-of-the-art fitness center, swimming pool, children's playground, 24-hour security, and concierge services. Experience the ultimate in luxury living and golfing at Nyali Golfview. Contact us today to schedule a visit and discover the lifestyle of your dreams. Nyali Golfview Residence, luxurious accommodations inspired by the Indian Ocean.
With GoTV bringing you the best international football. Time to get it. The hottest WWE superstars. Are you surprised? And brand new episodes of your favorite local and international series. You don't want to miss a mega March.
Acknowledge me. Refresh, no stress, get more. Yes.
So stay or get connected and get amazing entertainment all March long. Yeah. With GoTV. Love it.
Sonadol Extra imetengenezwa kwa njia spesheli kupambana haraka na maumivu ya kichwa, mwili na hata meno. Sonadol Extra, hakika maumivu yakizidi, pata ushauri wa daktari.
1, 2, 3 very warm welcome for a game like no other. El Clásico. Is deafening. The excitement is tangible. Max Verstappen has taken the checkered flag.
Stay connected and march on to the best live sport and entertainment only on DSTV.
.35 past the top of the hour, you're watching TV47 Weekend. Now, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has maintained his stance on his continuous media scrutiny, saying that the media was not objective during the electioneering period. The DP has been on a continuous onslaught on the media fraternity for what he has termed as being unfair to the Kenya Kwanza government.
Because that mechanism that regulates the conduct of the media watched as the media went rogue, as the media became biased against William Ruto and they never raised a finger. So asking us to go and complain to the Media Council is a waste of time, because when the media went against us, bare knuckles, headline after headline, calling us thieves without evidence, calling us all sorts of names without evidence. We did not complain because it would have been a useless venture to complain. All we do ourselves are answerable to the people of Kenya, and our bosses are the people of Kenya. But you are saying that you have done objective and fair coverage. That is a lie. During the last election, in Citizen News, they would give Raila Odinga 20 minutes and give President William Ruto 3 minutes. We complained, we stopped complaining because nothing was being done about it. Raila Odinga was being given free live coverage 5 days before the election. The media has not been fair. It has not been balanced. Probably now that we are having this conversation, it is about time that the media consider that these airwaves that you enjoy belong to the public.
Thank you.
You have a responsibility to provide fair and objective coverage to all political players.
And at the same time, the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has assured Kenyans that there's a team looking into alternative ways that the country can adopt to help lower the cost of electricity, which will then reduce the cost of living. Gachagua says power rationing is not part of the solution.
The government is concerned about the cost of power. And a lot of things are happening behind the scenes. We are having a problem because of the prolonging drought and the effects of climate change and 5 failed consecutive seasons. All electricity generated through hydro, there's a problem. And in another 2-3 weeks, we'll have a very serious shortage. So the idea has been to expand to geothermal, solar energy, and wind energy, progressively in terms of long-term solutions. Because like the independent power producers are very expensive because they use diesel, and diesel is very, even in your own home, you have a standby generator, you know how expensive it is. So the government is well sized that the issue of cost of power is affecting the economy badly because it brings up the cost of manufacturing, and that cost of manufacturing due to cost of power is passed to the consumer. So along the way, there are many things going on which I don't want to delve in at this stage because they are still at the policy level. They are still at a discussion in cabinet. I don't want to diverge what is going on in cabinet, but I want to assure the people of Kenya that there is a big team of men and women, experts on power, who are burning the midnight oil to come up with sources of alternative energy with a view of bringing the cost of power down to boost manufacturing and production. Because as long as the cost of power is up, we will not be able to bring down the cost of living. So it is something that there is a team of men and women who are working day and night. And in the next several weeks, there will be a policy pronouncement on that aspect of what the government intends to do to bring down the cost of power.
Is rationing an option on the table?
I can't say at this stage. I am hoping we'll not get a South African state where we have to ration.
Okay.
I hope we'll not be able to get there. I was in South Africa in December, and it's not a very decent way of. But I am saying that discussion is going on. We need to appraise the situation. What are the water levels? What is the amount of power we can get from the hydro dams? What is it that we can get from geothermal? What is it we can get from solar? What is it we can get from wind? What is it that we can get from across the country? Against our overall requirement. And then decisions will be made depending on the deficit.
And to something affecting a hot plate of ugali, Gachagua says Kenyans have every reason to smile because since the Kenya Kwanza government took charge, the cost of unga was between 230 Kenyan shillings to 250 Kenyan shillings, even with a subsidy. But today, he can confirm that the 2 kg packet of unga is at 178 Kenyan shillings. And according to him, the government has done extremely well in lowering the cost of living.
President Uhuru Kenyatta said his advisor is Raila Odinga. He's on record. Raila Odinga never called maandamano when unga was at 230. Why is he calling for maandamano when unga is at 178? It's double speak. Number two, he had an opportunity then as the advisor of President Uhuru Kenyatta without having to go to maandamano. He was part of government. He would have advised his handshake brother on how to bring the cost of unga down. Just how foolish do these people think Kenyans are? These are the same Kenyans who are buying unga between 230 and 250 during the reign of the handshake brothers. There is a new government that has brought unga down by 50 shillings, 45, all the way, up to 178, 175. I think without blowing our own trumpet, I think we are not doing very badly. We are not doing as much as we would have wanted. But telling us to subsidize unga, we are not going to do that because it's not sustainable. It is foolish. In any case, there is no mechanism that is proven to subsidize unga.
Right, and definitely we'll be following up on all that at particular joint media interview by Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua and dissecting and debunking everything that the Deputy President has been saying. Remember, the work of the media is to keep on toes the leaders that we elected and the leaders that have been appointed in office, and to ensure that they actually, do what they had promised. The Kenya Kwanza government, 7 months in office, will be taking a look at what they promised vis-a-vis what the hits and misses in the state of the nation, the high cost of living matters, and matters also the high taxes. Let's take a short break. Keep talking to us at TV47 KE on Facebook. Taking a short break, we'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, karibuni sana. This is Dr. Frank tonight. And of course, on to our first guest of the night. An amazing actress, an award-winning actress, one of the top influencers right now, a top brand ambassador, ladies and gentlemen, and a lady who I respect, and of course, I'm proud to call her my friend. Ladies and gentlemen, just listening. Are you ready for something there?
Yes.
You ready, yeah?
Yes.
Give me something, yeah? Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Kate Kamau, aka Kate, actress. How much material
It's a lot. It's a lot. I mean, I'm a lot.
Does it give is it like normal time to wear like 10 minutes?
Asha.
Ama like lazima uipangie.
Hii lazima shida ni kwenda kwa choo hiyo tu.
Yeah. But they come to think of it, madam new and madam of a jumpsuit. How do you guys go to the washroom? How do you guys deal with that whole thing?
That's why we go in pairs to the bathroom.
No, men, you'll never find men going to the washroom in pairs. Where Richie? Richie niaje. Nasikia kusojo, hebu tuishie. I think ladies are so privileged. You guys can even call each other boom, babe, sweetheart. Imagine now me I'm now calling Richie. Richie babe, niaje. Unakamjobosa ngapi na saxophone?
But we are okay with that.
Never.
Yeah.
Kate, welcome on the show. You are our first guest ever. Piga makofi. Ndio nyewetu mpya tuko na interior design round hii.
Ini wajakoya ama?
We.
Right, 45 minutes past at the top of the hour. Keep talking to us at TV47K. I can see a number of your feedback. I'll be taking a look at them as we wrap up. Now, Kenya Tea Development Authority, KTDA, has registered a 33% decrease in tea production in the country in the month of February due to the continued drought situation that continues to ravage the country. KTDA Chairman David Ichoho has said that in the month of February, the country harvested a total of 66 million kilograms of tea, which amounts to 33 million kilograms, decrease compared to the same month last year when 99 million kilograms were harvested.
Tumekuwa na changamoto kidogo hapa na pale. Ya kwanza ikiwa nchi Pakistani wamekuwa na shida ya dollars ambayo kumekuwa na shortage. Na tulienda huko na delegation ambayo ilikuwa inaongozwa na waziri wetu Honorable Medical Ntuli na other delegate of the government. Na tukaweza kukutana na wakulima na wanunuzi wa majani yetu chai kule Karachi, Pakistan. Na baadaye tukaelekea safari ya kwenda mpaka Islamabad ambao ndio kikao kikuu ya Pakistan. Tulipata manufaa kwa hiyo safari ambapo tuliweza kuongea na the buyers na walituambia ile mashida wako nayo. Tumekuwa katika hii uwanja sasa kwa karibu miezi 20 imepita. Tunajua shida penye ziko na tutashirikiana sana na serikali kupitia Honorable Rigathi Gachagua na waziri wetu wa kilimo na hata waziri wetu wa trade kwa sababu hao ndio wanahusika sana. Tukiwa pamoja we want to promise something will come out of it, so we'll be able to engage continuously. This is a continuous process, so reform is a continuous process, na tuhakikisha kwamba ile ambayo tutaweza tenga ile inazuia mkulima kupata pesa mingi, tuhakikisha hiyo imefanyika.
Meanwhile, Kwale County religious leaders under the umbrella of Faith Community Against Drug Abuse, FACADA, have stepped up efforts to combat the use of drugs among children and youth who are engaging themselves in criminal activities. The pilot project funded by the government of Denmark is being implemented for a period of 1 year in Msambweni and Lunga sub-counties, targeting about 200 religious leaders on war against drug abuse. Speaking at FPFK Church in Ukunda, the women and youth leaders from the Christian and Muslim beliefs have emphasized on political goodwill in a bid to fight the menace in the society.
Mama mara nyingi pia katika jamii anaaminika. Na kwa hivyo kwa sababu anakuwa na muda mwingi pale nyumbani pia anakuwa na fursa nzuri ya kuangalia mabadiliko ya tabia. Mtoto anaanza kushabikia madawa, akiona dalili ambazo kwa kweli si nzuri atakuwa haraka kuzitambua.
Sisi tunahitaji sana kuamsha kijana ambaye ametumia haya madawa ili aweze kujinasua. Tumekuwa na visa ambazo tunashuhudia hivi sasa, mob injustice za hawa vijana wetu. Tutaishi kimya sisi kama kina mama tukiangalia jamii ikipotea, tukiangalia watoto wetu wakipotea?
Kuna wale viongozi wetu ambao tuko nao hususan katika haya maeneo ya Kwale, tukijaribu kuangazia kama MCAs na hawa MPs kama wanaweza kuingia bungeni na wakachambua haya masuala na wakaweka mkataba ya kwamba mihadarati hii ama madawa haya hastahili kutumika.
Mugoka ina suppress hiyo pain, aitoi hiyo pain iko hapo but haisaidii, na the more unatumia mugoka the more unakuwa addicted, na hiyo ni mbaya juu inaleta madhara katika afya yako.
And West Pokot County Governor Simon Kachapin has promised to vaccinate over 350 livestock in the county as a way of preventing them from contracting seasonal diseases. Addressing the media in Kapenguria, Kachapin illustrated his plan to residents of West Pokot County, saying his government will fully support their economic activity, which is farming, and to ensure no farmer encounters losses of livestock due to unknown infections.
Mimi kama gavana
kazi ya county ni kuona kwamba hali ya kilimo kwa jumla inafanyika, na unajua county hii inasaidi nategemea mifugo. Ndio mimi kutangu nianze niwe governor na niko na naibu wangu, tumechukua jukumu ya kuona kwamba tumechanja mifuko zetu za wakulima bila kulipa pesa yoyote, na hiyo tunaendelea na tunatarajia kuchanja zaidi ya mifuko 1,350 350,000 vaccinations katika madiseases yote ambayo inatak ama inasumbua wanyama wetu, ili wakulima wapate wanyama ambao